you have difficulty, you have to get up so early. Guys, we get up so early in the winter. It's so dark, you're getting up in the you feel like you're getting up in the middle of the night, and you're coming home in the middle of the night. And then you have this family back home, your father, your mother, your uncle, your sister, your sister's husband, your sister's husband's mother, your uncles' wives, and their relatives. So welcome here. If you're new here, my name is Millie, and if I'm a returning subscriber, hey. Some people in Africa, they think the grass is greener on the other side, and the other side is Europe, America, whatever, outside of Africa. And 99% of the time, it's very true. People get a better life here, a better education, free hospitals. The life is better in that way. But the living, the culture and all that is such a big thing that a lot of people are ending up in depression. A lot of Africans end up in depression. Some people, they can easily get depressed, and some people, they don't get easily depressed, and some people, they have it maybe chemically, can easily get depressed. So personally, I haven't experienced a depression, but I have had many Africans that have experienced a depression. I'll try to open the curtain, guys, so we can get some more light. If you come to Europe and you're alone, I think it can be really, really worse, because then you don't have a family, you don't have a husband, you don't have somebody to talk to, so you're completely alone. But even people who have a spouse, you can really get alone. Like I've mentioned in some of my other videos, it's very, very difficult to make friends here in for example, at least in Denmark, it's very, very difficult to make friends. So when you're alone, it's going to be very difficult. But at least when you have your spouse, you have somebody to talk to. Back in Uganda, Africa, at least when I talk about Uganda, my hometown, you have people around you. You have your friends, you have your family, you have your sisters, your uncles, your there's always somebody around you. There's always somebody you can talk to, you can get help from. Here in Denmark, no. If you are lucky to be here with a spouse, you might find somebody who doesn't even have like family, because here in Denmark, like family, they're not as big as they are back in Africa. Sometimes you might even find a person has maybe just a sister. Here in Denmark, at least Europe generally, but in Denmark, family is just mom and dad, and then maybe the grandma and sister. But sometimes you meet people and you ask them, but you said you have 3 brothers, you don't talk to them. You have 3 sisters, you don't talk. No, we don't talk. We haven't talked in 10 years. So the chance of even like having that part of a family is going to be very small. I have realized even making friends, because when I came in Denmark like over 24 years ago, I made some friends through a language school when we were learning Danish language. I made some friends, like I had a Japanese friend, I had a Mexican friend, so I made these friends, but I did not make friends. I was having difficulty to make friends with Danish people, and I still do until this day. I cannot tell you I have like a best friend who is a Danish person. I cannot even tell you like I have a real friend who is like a Danish person. And nobody, don't come and tell me here like it's easy and blah blah, unless you came here like a 4-year-old. It's very, very difficult to making friends. And even I was saying, it's difficult even to make friends with other foreigners these days, because everybody is hustling. People are working so hard to pay their bills. People are working so hard. Everybody is hustling. These days, even Africans, you have to make appointments with them. You know, you cannot just come, like back home, you can just go and knock on somebody's door, or maybe you can just call and say, oh, can we meet up? Here in Denmark, it has to be an appointment. I'm very blessed right now. I have my neighbor, she's from Uganda, and we don't do that. We make appointments, but most of the time we can just go and knock on the door. Hi, Lydia. I think the other thing that's also probably causing this depression is the long winters. This is not just for Africans, but also for Europeans who have been living here many years. They're always complaining about the long winters, guys. We have long winters. You can be guaranteed like 5-6 months of no sun, and maybe 4 months of darkness, you know. So it's very, very difficult. If you are here alone, you have nobody to talk to. You're probably living in a tiny apartment with very small windows and not getting any light inside. That's a disaster for getting a depression. And I think the environment, you're coming from Africa where you've been getting sun every day, and then you come here like in the summertime, yes, the sun comes out, but sometimes, yes, it's very cloudy, it's raining, you know. People expect because it's going to be summer, they're going to be getting a lot of sun, and then sometimes the summer comes and it's raining and it's cloudy and it's all that. I think another thing, especially for the ladies, maybe some men also, if you come here and then you not yet have a job, it can really cause depression. Some ladies, they stay home because they're stay-home moms, and I get it. If you're still here, you have babies and you haven't learned the language, but staying at home can be one of the things that can cause a depression, because at least when you have a job, you get to talk to some people. At least you're not like the whole day at home by yourself. You have some hours when you can talk to some people. But if you're staying at home, you're a stay-home mom, or if you are here and you haven't yet got a job, then that can be one of the things that can cause a depression. Oh, and I think I should have talked about this like in the start, the family back home. You're already here in Europe and you're very, very stressed and depressed, and you have a lot of things going on. You're probably feeling like people are racist at your work. You have difficulty. You have to get up so early, guys. We get up so early. In the winter, it's so dark. You're getting up in the, you feel like you're getting up in the middle of the night, and you're coming home in the middle of the night. And then you have this family back home. Your father, your mother, your uncle, your sister's husband, your sister's husband's mother, your uncles' wives, and their relatives. Everybody is depending on you. Everybody wants you to send money. Like some other people said, like people like sometimes in Africa, they only call when they want money. They don't even ask how people are feeling. I haven't experienced this because I think also I have my family, I guess I've trained them. I don't know, like I don't have a mother, I don't have a father. So the rest of the families, I guess, and some of them, they don't have my phone. So nobody's calling me, bothering me with that. But some people, I know, like one lady, she said she had sent 1,000 Danish krona to her brother. And this guy said, what is this? Like he could not appreciate. He thought that the 1,000 was very, very little. Guys, in Denmark, actually, there are some people, families who have like 1,500 Danish kroner for food for the rest of the month. And you work hard. We wake up so early, guys. I wake up at 5 in order to be at work. In the winter time, I feel like I get up in the night. And when I come back home, it's still in the night. And then you give somebody money like that, and then they don't even appreciate it. Stress from these people back home, honestly. Be kind, be nice, try to understand, go on YouTube and get educated, get some information and see how people are stressed out here. You're stressing your family so much. Some of them, they're going to end up in the hospitals for mental disturbed people, because that's how it's going to go. If you're stressing them so much, they will go crazy in their head and they will be admitted in these hospitals. So call and talk to your family. Sometimes just call to ask them how they're feeling, and not just because you want money. Take care of them, you know. If they're sending you money and taking care of you, try to appreciate them. Try to say thank you, and try not to, you know, guys, some of these people you're calling, they have husbands. They have spouses. Maybe some of them, they haven't yet got a job, and you're calling them asking for money. So guys, my Canon camera heated up, so I had to change on my Sony. Let me try to finish this video. And I was saying, if you have your spouse who is married and you're calling them all the time asking for money, you might even end up ruining their marriage, guys. So please be careful. You will end up ruining their marriage, and you won't be even getting any support. Because like I said, guys, I wasn't affected by this, but also because I think I realized, like, I'm here, I have my children here. I cannot take back my kids back to Uganda. Yes, guys, you might ask, what should I do, Millie, if I'm here and I'm feeling depressed and I know I cannot go home? One thing I think people say that you should go join a church. Try to Google and find out if there's a church close to your place. Go join a church. You might find some Africans there. At least you have some people to talk to, and at least you have a start. Join an activity. Try to go gym, handball, I don't know. Try to join any activity. I don't think this will help, because you're still going to meet Danish people, and they're still very closed people. So it might not help you finding friends, but at least you can see other people, you know, interact with other people, say hello. You never know, you might find somebody who want to talk to you for 5 minutes. It's better than sitting at home by yourself. Guys, very, very important. Go get your D3 vitamin checked at your doctor to make sure your D vitamin is on level. And especially in the winter time, make sure you take D vitamin. Some of you guys walk around having the symptoms of depression, and probably it's just your D vitamin that is whack. It's not on level. So go get your D vitamin checked, and make sure, guys, you take your D vitamin during the winter time. Very, very important. If you're a stay-home mom, I would suggest maybe if your kids are ready to go to the daycare, go find yourself a job, even if it's part-time. If your husband can afford, your husband or whatever, your spouse can afford to take care of you, just go get a job maybe for 20 hours, you know, so you can just go out and meet some people. Staying home, I think there's a lot of foreigners, ladies who are depressed because they just stay home and wait for their husband to come home. and your husband is tired, and what, you only have the kids to talk to, and when they're at work you have nobody to talk to. So go get a job. And what I mean, like, if you also have a job, then maybe you and your spouse can manage to go away for weekends. You can maybe even afford to go away during winter time, because Yana and I sometimes we go away like during February where it's really cold. We can go away for a week. So maybe go also and make some money so you can, so you people can afford to go for a vacation. These are things you have to do. There's not just one thing you have to do different things in order for you to survive the depression, unless you're willing to go back to where you came from. Go to the gym, go work out, and again it will help your mental status, your body, and then you might meet also people to talk to. Very important. Go outside, guys. A lot of Africans, I think they become prisoners in their own home during winter time, because they're like, oh, it's so cold, I can't go outside. Yes, I was like that, but I've always tried to go outside. And I found this suit thing I wear. I don't know, like we call it mwana tapama in my language, but I think I'll leave a picture here or a small video so you can see. I bought this thing for ladies. If you don't mind wearing something like this during winter, even no matter how cold it is, I put this thing on, put something inside, and I always go walking. Yan and I, we walk as much as we can. I go outside, and then I see the snow, I see the nature. That kind of helps me mentally, in order to cope with the long winters, because walking is not only that for the physical body, but it's for your mental status also. So go outside, guys. Don't be prisoners. Like, it's 6 months or out every year where you are inside. Go outside and get your body moving and see, smell, look. It will help your mental status. All right. And if you have family that are really making you get depressed, block them. Just tell them, if you cannot, you guys, you're harassing me so much with asking me all the time. You're ruining my life, you're ruining my family, you're ruining my relationship. If you don't stop this, I'm going to block you, and then block them. That's how it is. And I said, unless you're willing to go back to where you're coming from, change your mental status, because some people, they're so focused on the weather. Oh, it's so cold. Or even sometimes, even if it's like maybe like 10 degrees, people are like, oh, it's so cold. Wear the right clothes. Find the right clothes. If you can afford, find yourself some really nice coats. And yes. So guys, share your tips of what you do in order to work around this depression. Because yes, some people, they're depressed because it's chemically in their body, they're getting depressed. But some people also, they just say, I'm depressed because the weather is like this. We all want the sun to be shining, but if it's not shining like it's shining back in Africa, we need to work with what we have in order to survive staying in Europe. All right, I hope you enjoy the video, guys. Stay tuned to more videos like this. Mwah. Bye.